Well, good morning to you. It is Tuesday, August 11th. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we have your HCC news and information for the next half hour or so right here live on our show. Got a couple of co-hosts joining me right now, Brittany Pacheco and Frank Cooper in the house this morning. Good morning to you both.
Going on, lady and gents? I'm doing great. It's happy Tuesday. I hope everybody's doing well and happy and safe.
Hey, good morning, everyone. While Frank says happy Tuesday, I like to call it Monday Junior. And I am at a new location today because I am at Mama's house. And that means, Todd, breakfast tacos.
You just had to do that again. You're making us all hungry. Don't bring out food unless you have enough to share.
Y'all can take a bite. Go for it. Go.
Nothing like mom's breakfast tacos, huh?
Yes, it's amazing. But we do welcome everyone joining us on Up to the Minute this morning. We appreciate you being here. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to head over to YouTube and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to find out the latest video uploads from HCCTV. And last but certainly not least, please share this podcast so that we can not only share all this wonderful information to the masses, but so that we can grow our audience.
That's right, Brittany. And Frank, you were on the show on Friday, and we had a very packed show. We went long, but we didn't get to have our discussion on the sports world. So today we'll take some time off to do that later in the show because a lot of things been going on in the world of sports that we need to catch up on. But let's get to our HCC news and information. We've got some special guests on the show. First off, Sean Otmishi, the Dean of Digital Information Technology Center of Excellence, and Raymond Brown. Dr. Brown is the program coordinator for electronics, networking, and cybersecurity. Good morning to you both. We're going to be talking the AI program very shortly.
Good morning, Todd. Glad to be on the show.
Glad to have you with us. We'll be with you very shortly. But first, we want to start with one of our own here at HCC who's been around for a little while. I'm talking about Dr. Maya Durnovo. Dr. Durnovo is a 45-year employee recognition honoree. Of course, we're going to talk to her about her career here at HCC. And Dr. Durnovo, currently your role is HCC's Chief Entrepreneurial Officer, but you've served many roles over your career at HCC.
Yes, thank you. I've been here a long time and had the honor and the privilege to serve in just about every division of the college.
So tell us a bit about yourself. I understand that you're an immigrant, and maybe you can tell us how that has influenced your lifelong goals and your passion for education.
Absolutely. So both my parents and I are immigrants, and it was here in the United States that my father was able to actually create a career and build a life. And because we were immigrants, I had a lot of challenges going through school. It was not easy. So I understand what it is to come to this country and not speak the language. So my whole career here has really been to serve underserved and underrepresented students. The very first program that I worked with was a TRIO program. And that was a grant program. And now I'm on the other side of that, actually writing and developing programs. It was a lot of underserved students, but now because it's in entrepreneurship, it's with underserved, underrepresented small businesses. So it's really been a privilege to be on the other side and to help those just like I needed the help when I arrived.
And you also are passionate about lifelong learning, that we all need to be lifelong learners. Maybe you could talk a bit about that.
Sure. So when I was actually working and developing a program for women, it was at that time that I decided to go back and earn my doctorate. And that really taught me that I had some writing skills. And from that moment on, I started writing. Of course, the very first one I didn't get, which was a wonderful lesson, because I really learned how to be passionate and how to write with conviction. So I've been able to write a lot of grants and actually bring a lot of funding and a lot of opportunity with that, and hire a lot of staff as a result of it. So it's I've learned as much as I think I've been able to share.
Talk about what it was like when you started at HCC. I imagine things are very different now, but maybe you could talk about the early days when you first came on board.
Well, I think the only difference is just really in size, because I think everyone was really committed to helping and working with students. We were very small. We were at one campus location. And then as we've grown, everything has just expanded. But I think the heart and soul of the work of educating our community is really the underpinning of this entire college. So it's just was smaller. That's all. But everything else was pretty much the same, right? Because the work is the same.
Over the years, HCC has established many partnerships, and I know that's special to you as well. I mean, we have partnerships with universities, advisory boards and committees that help with our curriculum and talk about the job demand and the workforce. Let's talk about some of the partnerships that you're particularly proud of over your career.
Right. So I was able to do that in all of the work that I've done. When I was at Northwest College as the Dean of Workforce, I developed a lot of partnerships with community organizations, with Spring Branch ISD, and all of that has carried over to the work that I do today with the Small Business Administration, with the Greater Houston Partnership, with the City of Houston, with Chambers. And those partnerships really enable us to amplify the work and really serve a greater number of citizens. So it's really been gratifying and has enabled us really to develop the entrepreneurial program, because by partnering with business organizations, we were able to win a lot of grants. So
maybe you can talk a bit about the entrepreneurial program, because HCC has a very robust program in that field that really cultivates entrepreneurs from business plan competitions, all types of things that you guys have been able to establish.
Right, and it began with a grant from the Chancellor's Innovation Grant. We got a $100,000 grant, and that really was the beginning. We developed a business plan competition. We opened the first Center for Entrepreneurship, and because of the partnerships that we developed, we won the Goldman's 10,000 Small Business Initiative. That was sort of the first big win. We've graduated almost 800 small businesses from that program alone. And then we got the Minority Business Development Agency. We've got 3 centers for entrepreneurship. We've got a really vibrant and energetic staff. So it's really been a privilege to lead this initiative. And when you look at it, we've only got 5 or 6 positions that are funded by HCC, but all of the others are funded through grant opportunities. And then we also have 4 entrepreneurs in residence. So all of that enables us to really increase the impact of the work that we do. And I have to say that we have an incredible staff that's really creative and innovative. So I'm really proud to work with them.
Well, you know, that business plan competition, that is really something, because entrepreneurs will go through this competition, and you don't necessarily have to win the competition to benefit from us, because everyone that I've talked to in the competition says they learn so much from putting together a plan to maybe go to a bank for investors or to grow their business. They really do take away a lot from that competition.
Absolutely. It's the experience of learning how to focus on your business, how to develop a good solid plan, how to develop the marketing plan. I mean, all of that is so crucial. And the business plan competition is really one of our signature programs. So we're really proud of that. And we've done it now for 12, 13 years. Think about it. That's a long time to sponsor a competition and have winners as well, right?
Dr. Maya Durnovo, we appreciate you being here and sharing some of your experiences over the last 45 years. Congratulations. And you're never a stranger to the show. We always seem to have you here on the show. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. It's a privilege.
All right. We'll talk to you again soon. All right. Artificial intelligence. Did you know HCC has a program? And really, Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the only AI program for a community college in Texas. Is that correct?
Todd, you're absolutely right. We are the first and only school in the Texas area of community college to have an Associate Applied Science in Artificial Intelligence.
And we've got Dr. Raymond Brown joining us as well with Sean. And Dr. Brown, maybe you can tell us a bit about this program and what students can get out of it. I mean, you hear a lot about artificial intelligence, but what could they come here at HCC and receive? Is it a certification? Is it a 2-year program? Maybe you can let us know a bit about it.
It's a 2-year program. I'm an associate in applied science. It's the first course will start this fall, August 24th. It will be all online. And it's really the perfect starter overview course. Action-packed, it's fast-paced, it's loaded with info. It's a really big deal because it's showing HCC is highly responsive to workforce needs.
And for the students who go through this program, Sean, I imagine there are jobs out there, and these are significant jobs with good salaries, correct? Maybe you could talk a bit about that.
You know, absolutely. There's a huge skills gap in this area, and I got to be honest with you, for our students, we're looking at some of the top 10 emerging jobs include artificial intelligence specialist, site reliability engineer, customer success specialist, even areas in cybersecurity. So the truth is, some of the starting salaries are $120,000, and they go above and beyond that. I think what you're looking at is, you know, every industry is using business intelligence to be able to help forecast and be able to grow their companies. And using AI is such a huge piece of that in order for us to be able to move forward and be able to stay competitive and be engaged with what companies are doing. So I think what you're going to find out is this program is going to give students a great foundation from the development aspect of it for them to be able to move out directly into the new jobs that are being created.
And we're talking companies like IBM, NASA, SpaceX, Microsoft. A lot of big name companies are using AI and looking for these workers, which you're saying there's a high demand for.
That's very true. And here's the thing that I think people need to understand is when you look at artificial intelligence, it is a subsection of computer science. This is an area that's developing, you know, machine learning, and, you know, it's really for computers to start thinking like human beings. And I think what people need to understand is this is not just the big companies that are using this. This is all companies. Matter of fact, Houston Community College is working with Microsoft Dynamics to create a customer relationship management utility to be able to support our students and create that beautiful path from start to finish, and really being able to help them understand those unique characteristics needed to be able to graduate. So let's say you're a faculty member. You have some tools that you can see how your students are progressing within your course. If you're an academic advisor, you have specific tools that they can use to be able to see the progression of the student as well. So AI is being used in so many different areas. I mean, look at insurance. They're using to help you get a quote.
Wow. I mean, it's literally everywhere, and it's in all of our lives, whether we know it or not. Dr. Brown, can our students transfer to 4-year universities once they complete their work at HCC, and are those degrees available as well?
Oh yes. We'll have articulation agreements with a number of other schools. It will provide a solid fundamental training in fundamentals of artificial intelligence. So yes, they can transfer to other schools and get higher degrees. But the big thing is to increase the workforce locally with graduates who have a fundamental understanding of artificial intelligence and can apply it. We're also going the extra mile, I think, in teaching leadership skills and team building, communication skills, problem solving skills. All of those are things that connect the results of the artificial intelligence to the employees and the customers of the companies that are involved. And the spread of artificial intelligence is going to be huge in the next few years. All sorts of businesses are going to be applying.
Todd, if I may, I'd like to add a little more about the initiatives that we're doing within the COE. So we're working very closely with Dr. Hodges' team and University of Houston-Katy with the new expansion of that Northwest
Right.
New College. And within that, we've already provided them our degree plans. This is before SACS approved it. So what's great about this is they're creating a new concentration for the area of artificial intelligence as a subsection of an existing program. So they're doing a Bachelor of Applied Arts and Science in the area of computer information systems with a subset of getting a specialization in the area of artificial intelligence. So they're working on that. We're also working with the University of Reno, Nevada on another NSF grant that's going to be able to create that pipeline from 2 years with us, 2 more years with them for an undergraduate degree, and then 2 years more for a master's program. So it's a 2 + 2 + 2 track. So that's in the making. So we're working in the background to be able to really provide some really great pieces with this.
So our students could literally start with us and within, a matter of 6 years, go through a master's program launched by HCC through the University of, you said Reno, Nevada?
Right, and that's the game plan that we have for most of our degrees now is we want to be able to create that pathway from secondary education through the community college and moving directly into a graduate program. And I think that's the envision of being able to have these future workforce workers to be able to have the tools and skills they need. And for us, what we're doing is we're working closely with the ISDs and making sure that there is a dual credit component attached to this. So the students, especially in areas that we need to level the playing ground for them to be able to have access to this, is to be able to have, more connections to this technology, and for them to be able to get exposure, for them to know that they can access this and be able to work with this technology.
Well, the most valuable thing I see as a parent who's had college age kids, when you have a partnership with a university, the savings by going to HCC, you get the quality education, your child is on the pathway to get a 4-year degree, but the savings is monumental when you think about it, because they can get out of college with a manageable debt to income ratio.
I mean, just imagine if you're a student right now at Houston Community College, and I believe the current for 1 credit hour with tax and everything is about $107 for 1
Right.
credit hour. And when you start to calculate the amount of cost savings and forget about the money, think about the commute. In Houston, we got over 600 miles that we're servicing, right? If I'm a student and I'm able to go, for example, I live in Southwest, I got a couple of colleges that I can go to right here close to my house. It's the same thing for Northwest and so forth. So I think being able to have it close by, affordable, and being able to have that opportunity to transfer is a win-win for these students.
It certainly is, and it's awfully exciting that HCC has the only program, only for a community college in the state of Texas. It certainly makes the work you guys are doing incredibly invaluable, more or less.
Absolutely. And Todd, I just wanted to add, Dr. Brown, he's worked for over a year on the prospectus for being able to create this artificial intelligence program with our advisory board, the industry leaders and so forth. So kudos to Dr. Brown and all the work that he's done. And we greatly appreciate everything he's doing. And I want to also mention, he is now moving as our first full-time artificial intelligence faculty member. It is a separate program, and he is the program coordinator for AI starting August 16th. So we're really excited for him.
Well, we're excited for you guys, and congratulations on the program, and we look forward to hearing from you in the future.
Thanks, Todd.
All right. Thank you both for being here. All right. So we are going to move on to some HCC news and announcements. But first, I want to check in with Frank Cooper, Brittany, and we can get you in on this conversation too, because sports is a big deal here in Texas. Football's huge. And Frank, I don't know about you, but it's looking more and more like football's not going to happen this year, at least on the college level. And personally, I don't think they have a plan yet for the pro level either.
No, I know we talked about this about maybe roughly 3 weeks ago, and you called it. You was like, I don't see how football can work. I know Dr. Fossey, and even Dr. Fossey said it back in May. He's like, basketball can work with the bubble, but anything outside of a bubble with cases going up and down, I don't see how we can secure players' safety and make sure that everything is running smoothly with such large amounts of people. And now, the Power 5 conferences in football and college football, they're now drawing back, and they don't. And it's a bigger issue now because they don't want to have players in the field at the same time and make them essential employees. Because if you don't have classes on campus and they're playing football, they're not student athletes anymore.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah,
they're employees. So, so I know the Big Ten and the ACC are meeting today thing at 2:00 today to decide whether or not they're gonna have fall sports or not. But I mean, not only the fall time, but we're looking at spring too. This can get worse, you know.
Until
So
now, it used to be, well, let's see when the virus starts dying down, but that just hasn't happened. It's still growing, and until there's a vaccine, it doesn't seem like any of these things are going to be happening. This is life as we know it right now, folks, and it's going to be a bumpy ride for the next few months. We'll have to see how things shape up. We've got a lot of events and announcements we want to talk about. One of them is our Black History breakfast. The Black History Committee is presenting its first virtual scholarship breakfast showcase. That's going to happen this month, and they're doing it in a new way to support college students with music, games, and door prizes. That's going to be 9 a.m. Wednesday, August 26th. It will be streamed live. We'll have more information to come, but you can we'll keep you up to date. But I tell you, that's all happening behind the scenes right now. And we've also got this student virtual lobby. I know, Frank, we've talked about this before, but Brittany, there's several ways that our student services are reaching out to the students.
Definitely. And Student Services has live enrollment and advising help available through the virtual lobby. So it was once upon a time a form that you could fill out. Now you can reach all of Student Services through live virtual support. So students, if you've been looking to talk to someone face to face or even on a phone call, this is your opportunity to sign up to either have a Zoom meeting or put in your callback request or even an email, whatever works for you. No appointment is necessary, and there are extended hours to support you. So Monday through Thursday is 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Fridays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, because yes, this is heavy registration period and we want to make sure that all of our students are serviced. So Saturdays are 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So if you are interested in utilizing this free support system that HCC has, visit hccs.edu/virtual lobby.
That's right. Convocation. You can sign up for the convocation. It's our first fall virtual convocation here at HCC, and it's happening next week. If you haven't registered, now's the time to do so. If you're faculty and staff, you can register online at hccs.edu/convocation. And the theme this year is We're All Connected. We look forward to seeing you all there. The HCC Foundation Scholarship deadline is approaching.
indeed it is. So if you're looking for tuition assistance, the foundation scholarship application is still open, but the money has help. So for the deadline, it's closing August 31st. And for more details on that, go to hccsfoundation.org/scholarships.
And Brittany, talent engagement has set mandatory training. Sooner or later, we're going to get back in the buildings. Things are going to look a lot different, but we all must take this mandatory training. Frank, did you take yours yet?
I'm going to say yes, but I haven't yet.
What? Okay, that was a convoluted answer there. So we'll take that as a no, but you've got till August 31st. So he's fine. He can make it. Brittany, you said you've taken your training, right?
I have taken my training. Frank, don't worry. It's like less than 15 minutes. It's really easy to get through.
I'm gonna do it, right?
But for everyone who has not taken this training yet, it is for all faculty and staff. You are required to complete it. It is mandatory. Let me emphasize this. All faculty and staff have to complete this training. So be sure to check your email from Talent Engagement News for the training link to access this course. It is due August 31st, as Todd said. And for any other questions, you can email emp.onlinelearning@hccs.edu.
I'm a bit distracted this morning. I've had to get up a few times because I've got a dog that's literally freaking out right now. I don't know what his problem is. So I had to go put him on the sofa just to calm him down. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if y'all heard him in the background, but he was like, walking around here, jumping over there. So it was
your dog is living his best life. He gets picked up to go on the couch.
Yeah, well, I had to calm him down. So it's the life of Peter Frampton the poodle. All right, so dates for the fall schedule. So here's some things to remember. August 24th, Brittany, the first day of classes takes place, but everything's going to be remotely for the first 6 weeks.
Correct, Todd. So everything. Both the online options that we have, as well as the Flex Campus and lab-based courses, are going to be online for the first 6 weeks. Now, the September 28th, faculty will report back to the campus for in-person classes to prepare for the following week, in which October 5th, in-person courses begin for both the Flex campus and lab-based courses. Now, we've had some questions from students about what all this means, just for clarification. So once again, all courses, every single one of them, is going to be online for the first 6 weeks. If you are enrolled in Flex campus and lab-based courses, you will report for in-person instruction on October 5th. So make sure you do sign up for all those courses because, as we've mentioned before, Todd, Flex campus and lab-based courses have a limited number of spots available to adhere to social distancing and other policies that we have in place for keeping our students and faculty and staff safe.
And this goes back to what we were talking about earlier in the show. When we do go back in the buildings, things are going to look a lot different. There are going to be areas where you'll be screened coming in. There's going to be areas where you're going to be asked to social distance. Things are going to look a lot different when we go back. So just be patient and keep in mind that's the world we're living in right now. So HCC has 4 drive-through testing sites. These are COVID testing sites. And Frank, I think 2 of them do not need appointments required. And those are the ones on the southeast side.
That's right, Todd. So the Felix Fraga campus and the East Side campus, no appointment is needed. The times are 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. And then for the for HCC Northeast campus and South campus, those times are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and they do require an appointment. The phone number is 512-883-2400.
They do require appointments. From what I was told as well, they're not going to turn people away, but they're asking you so they can get a head count ahead of time to call and make an appointment. So keep that in mind for those locations. And they're also at those two locations are open on Saturdays as well. HCC faculty and staff virtual coffee breaks, they're happening. I think the next one is today, Brittany.
It is today, Todd. So join Janet May and make sure you have a cup of coffee, tea, soda, whatever it is you like to drink in the morning, whatever gets you through the morning. Be sure to tune in today at 11 a.m. With Dr. Helen Graham, who's the faculty division chair for philosophy. That's going to be an interesting topic, I'm sure. And then Thursday, August 13th, Janet May will have Vanessa Grover, who's the program director for outreach and recruitment, on as her guest. So check your emails to register. Just search coffee breaks.
That's right. Coffee, tea, soda. They frown upon scotch, so you may want to avoid that in the mornings for these virtual coffee breaks. Brittany.
Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Just saying. Just saying.
There you go. Hey, the Census 2020 is still happening. They've delayed the deadline so that everybody can be counted. It's still being observed. It's going on right now. If you haven't taken the census yet, make sure you do so. It's very easy. And it also affects things like our funding. We want to get a proper head count, and it's very easy to take the census. You can go to 2020census.gov, and we'll have that website in our social media post for this show. So tomorrow we've got some special guests. We're going to continue our series talking with folks who've been here at HCC for a long time. Abe Bryant is going to be here tomorrow. Frank, you know Abe. You've met Abe before.
I have. He's a guy, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna miss him tomorrow.
You will, yeah. So he'll be on the show tomorrow. Dr. Abe Bryant is the husband of HCCTV producer Willie Bryant. So I don't know. Maybe we can get her up here with him on the show. What do you think?
Yeah,
She's like anti-TV. She doesn't want to be on any type of TV things, but maybe we can get him to bring her on the show tomorrow.
That's so ironic for someone who works in TV but doesn't want to be on TV.
Yeah, I know, but he's going to be here. He's the campus director at HCC Northeast, and he's worked for HCC for 45 years as well. So we're looking forward to having Dr. Bryant on the show tomorrow. And also, Brittany, it's Wednesday, which means
Chief Cunningham is back on the show to talk about weekly rounds. It's always a good time talking with Chief. He's such a nice guy to chat with in the morning and just, reassure everyone here at HCC what's going on the campuses and some of the things that you might be interested to learn from the police department perspective.
That's right. So he'll be here tomorrow. We look forward to seeing you. I want to thank Frank and Brittany for being here. Thank you both.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And Dr. Durnovo, thank you for being here and sharing your experiences over the 45 years. Congratulations again. All right. And thank you all for joining us here and Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. We'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. live.